So one of the things that we touched on earlier, and I'll bring it up again here, is data sovereignty won't affect me. Now, when I look at that, I say, okay, it won't affect you until it actually does. You know, we've seen audits triggered by unclear data residency. For me, it's data sovereignty. It's not optional. It's what I like to refer to as foundational. So, Anton, what's your perspective on that?
So I what it's going to affect us. There's no, and people are being more cautious of where your data is, especially unfortunately with the way the world, geopolitics within the world. It's going to affect us one way or another. And if companies prepare early, then it's not going to be an issue. We've already started having, clients automatically when they come to ask us, if we're going on the cloud, where is it hosted? Is it hosted in Europe? Is it hosted in US? Is it hosted in Asia? And so they are asking for that peace of mind as well. We had a client a couple of weeks ago something. We at the moment we've had our implementations obviously being handled in Africa, but there's so much data latency that for us to be able to extract that data is taking too long. We need to move it somewhere closer to us. Can you do that? Yes. So there are multiple ways, not just data sovereignty, but also the impact of where the data is. How can I extract that quicker?
Yeah. Alan?
Yeah, I'd say from a data sovereignty is only going to, as I said it before, but it's going to be so important. And, AWS wouldn't spend billions of dollars on building a brand new data center in Brandenburg when they've already got a fully fledged AWS data center in Frankfurt, for example. We already operate from the Dublin and Frankfurt locations of AWS for Europe because they're based in Europe. But it's interesting, Anton, what you mentioned there with regards to, the latency is not that good. But this is where partnering with the right network is helpful. Like AWS, the tool sets it has there allows you to actually get your data to flow closer to the internet backbone. So we've had companies and partners in South Africa testing data from a local data center and testing from AWS based in Dublin and finding there's no difference in speed. So, it is about who you partner with. But I do think that data sovereignty is only going to get more important. Customers will start demanding that their data is held, if not in their country, at least in their jurisdictional area. So from your perspective, being in Malta, Anton, you're going to be asked about the EU all the time. It's and that makes sense. Why wouldn't you be? If your data was held in, I don't know, Argentina, people would be worried, which is, I think, why, a lot of people have been concerned about these things in the past. But now that sovereign data centers are being created, where the one in Brandenburg, I know, is only going to be operated by EU citizens and only EU citizens, it just makes that decision to move the data there easier. And that's going to be helpful for all of us.
And also the infrastructure has improved as well. So the basic infrastructure, not just of the server farms, but all the rest of the infrastructure within the countries have improved. So that also makes it worthwhile the investment as well.